20 laps the distance. Hawk and Collier, your front row, green flags in the air. And after the water thrown down the racetrack, these drivers are going to be tiptoeing their way through turns 1 and 2. It's going to be Jim Hawk showing the way off of turn number 2 with Rick Hughes in the second spot. Collier to the outside of Hughes. He's in third. As they come off of turn number 4, who will lead lap number 1? It will be Hawk, barely over Aaron Collier, who sneaks around the outside of Rick Hughes. As one car hard off the wall, that's Garrett Homo in the 77. Looks like he'll take it off the racetrack. So we stay at green here. As he will get clear off the track. And Aaron Collier racing Jim Hawk for your race lead off of turn number 4. He'll take the top spot and drive away from Hawk, using that top side to his advantage. Well, the top side of the racetrack, that's where we find Collier, Hawk, Hughes, and Canupa, your top 4 right now. With Colby Olivet, 5th place runner. He's down on the bottom side of the racetrack. Now going to come across the nose of the 25 of Toby Wibbito. Actually, Olivet and Wibbito both keep it locked down to the inside line on the berm. Through turns 3 and 4. Now Wibbito pushes his car up high just a bit there, trying to work his way around the 32A of Olivet. That's the first side-by-side battle on the racetrack. It's Olivet and Hughes side-by-side off of turn number 2 for a brief moment there. Now Olivet has the 25 cleared, but going into turn number 3, Wibbito drives in a little bit deeper that time, trying to work his way around the 32A of Olivet. They stay side-by-side off of 4, that time at the stripe. 5th spot did go to Wibbito, as Aaron Collier right now starting to get pressured from the 16 of Jim Hawk. Jim Hawk about a half a car length behind that 8UD of Aaron Collier as they work their way off of turn number 4. It's Collier, Hawk, Hughes, Canupel. Then it's side by side once again for 5th. Olivet that time had it at the line over Toby Wibbito for that 5th position. So good battle still for that 5th spot, still side by side. It's Olivet on the bottom side of turn number 4 with Wibbito to the outside of him. Still side by side off of turn number 4 down into turn number 1. Behind them, it's the 87 Jag of John Gary and the 16B of Ross Krajak. And in 9th, it is last night's winner, Jacob Mabbitt, who's looking now to the outside of Ross Krajak. Had to start this race in the 21st starting spot in that number 28 as one car goes around in turn number 3. It's Brandon Varney in the 22. See if he gets refired down the turn number 3. Looks like we will go yellow for Varney here, 7 laps in. Collier, the man out front. Jim Hawk will choose the outside line. Rick Hughes down the inside. It's Canupel and Wibbito. The green flag is back in the air. We're underway once more. And Collier leads them off of turn number 2. He'll break away by 2 car lengths over the 16 Jim Hawk as Rick Hughes in that 3rd spot. Wibbito, very happy to see that yellow flag come out because he got to start inside of Jace Canupel. Actually got away from the 32A of Colby Olivet as he drove by Jace Canupel on the restart from 5th. He's up to 4th now, trying to reel in Rick Hughes in the 7 machine. It's still Collier out front, and the Matt Guile 8UD driving for Matt tonight with Hawk in 2nd, Hughes in 3rd, 4th is Wibbito, but Jace Canupel right there in 5th as everybody just kind of following the leader right now. Then you get Don Berner back there. He'll break ranks and look down the inside of John Gary in the 87 Jag. As a battle for the 8th spot, as just ahead of him is last night's main event winner, Jacob Mabbitt in the number 28. He's raced his way up to 7th as Canupel now goes top shelf on the 25 Wibbito. They battle off at turn number 4 for the 4th spot with Colby Olivet behind them, along with Mabbitt and Berner and Gary racing their way into turn number 1. Still side by side for that 4th spot. It's going to be Wibbito, though, clearing the 72 machine of Canupel off of turn 2. He'll clear Canupel off of turn number 2, drive down the back straightaway, though good strong run from the 72 machine of Canupel. He'll try to clear him off of turn number 4, but he will be locked in side by side with him as Colby Olivet now behind them, getting his hands full up the 28 of Jacob Mabbitt. Mabbitt's going to go top shelf on Olivet. Olivet actually going to shut off his momentum as the battle heating up now out front. Jim Hawk down the inside of Collier. Collier will lead the field off of turn number 4 here with 8 laps to go when they cross the start-finish line. 8 laps left for Aaron Collier, and Jim Hawk is right there. And that number 16 machine almost put the bumper to the 8UD as Caden Bringer brings his car off the racetrack down the back straightaway. His night is done, and Jim Hawk, he's down to the inside of Collier. So they're coming up on the slower car, Randy Booth. See if they use this 3 has a pick. Sure, one of them will. It's just which one will do it. As it's Collier out front. Jim Hawk about went around. No, now he will go around, racing for the lead. He stays in the gas, loses 1 spot, comes off at second and off of turn 2. He's battling Wibito now side by side for third. How about that from Jim Hawk? Was battling for the race lead, spun it around, trying to lay off of the 8UD. Does a 360, gets back in the gas, and hangs onto the 3rd spot at the stripe as he was able to hold off Wibito, Canupo, and the rest of the field. Well, it will be 5 laps to go for Aaron Collier. As he comes across the stripe, he'll get past Randy Booth on the outside. And right now, the lead over Rick Hughes is 1.7 seconds. Then Jim Hawk, he cut off. It was 2 seconds. Now it's 2.3 seconds. He's behind Collier, but the laps are running out for the 16 machine of Hawk. They're still side by side behind him. Wibito and Canupo for 4th. Then it's Olivet and Burner behind them right now, battling side by side for that 6th spot with Jacob Mabbitt in 8th. 4 laps to go for Aaron Collier, as right now he has that lap car. Randy Booth has a little bit of the meat in the sandwich between himself and the number 7 machine of Rick Hughes. Hughes not able to get around Collier just quite yet, and that's allowing Aaron Collier to drive away right now. It was a 1.2 second advantage. Then it was 1.4. This time at the line, we'll see how long or how big the gap is. It's 1.8. So Aaron Collier starting to drive away here now with 3 laps to go. As he works his way off of turn number 2, will be 2.5 laps left with Collier out front. Then it's Rick Hughes, Jim Hawk, top 3. Jace Canupo has cleared Wibito for 4th as Colby Olivet now looks to the outside of Wibito for the 5th spot. They come off of turn number 4 here with 2 laps to go. Wibito will lose that 5th spot as well. Looks like his car might be off the pace as Jacob Mabbitt going to make a run at him as well in the number 28. Looking for the white flag this time on the race leader in the 8UD, Aaron Collier. He'll lead him off of turn number 4. One final time here to get the white flag. Aaron Collier, every time he's behind the wheel is 8UD. I feel like I'm talking to him in Santan Ford at Victory Lane. Half a lap away from seeing if that will be the case here tonight. Through turns 3 and 4, Aaron Collier in the 8UD off of turn number 4. Checkered flag is waving, and he will pick up tonight's Bomber main event, or night number 2 of the John Morris Classic. As Aaron Collier burns it down, I believe that's for his win and not my birthday, but thank you very much, Steve. There, the 8UD. He's out of the car, race fans. Put your hands together, Aaron Collier. Gives Matt a hug. Of course, man, it seems like every time you get behind the wheel of this 8UD, I'm talking to you up here and on the front stretch at Arizona Speedway. Got it done here tonight, man. Hell of a run for you.
His green to checkered, pretty much. It's a fast car.
Yeah, definitely a fast car. You know, this track a little bit trickier than usual nights. Usually you guys are bringing up the rear end to close out the program. Here tonight, getting the start, the first main event of the evening after a little bit of water was thrown down. Had to tiptoe your way through those first couple laps. And once you got in that rhythm, man, you had that topside roaring.
It went away from me in 2 and 3. It started slipping out from underneath me. I thought I was going to loop it. She stayed together, and we won the race. I gotta thank everybody that has anything to do with this car, especially Matt Guile. This is his car. He lets me drive it. I appreciate that. I got to thank Mike Sabowski, Captains, Hard Knocks Rocks, Solutions Plus, Stats, Rips Performance, North Star Communication. Who else, Matt? Is your car? Huh? And Leslie Knox.
All right, give it up for Aaron Collier, tonight's main event winner.